Good afternoon, ladies and gentlemen, John, this is Many a Truder, welcome back to Knights of the Old Republic. Well, last time, we succeeded in murdering everybody in evil Hogwarts, which was, if you think about it, the right thing to do. So I did the morally correct thing. And even better, I did it in such a way as now I can choke people and zap them with lightning, like, way more efficiently than I used to. So basically, everything is guts. Okay, before we move on though, we've done a mission and that means a few people might have, you know, new things to say to me, new tragic backstories they want to reveal. Probably Carl's got more bloody tragedy he needs to unload on me, so... Okay, let's see if anyone's got anything interesting to say. Okay, Karth is uncharacteristically quiet and doesn't have any more tragedy to pile on tragedy, but over with Bastila, however...
I do. I've been watching you, studying you closely to see what kind of progress you've made since your training at the hands of Master Zar.
Okay, so I'm guessing you're not impressed with the dark evil wrinkles I'm clearly starting to develop.
I've seen you give in to temptation and indulge your baser emotions on many occasions. I'm afraid you are on the path that leads to the dark side. You need to see what the dark side represents in its entirety, for it is what we battle. Only the wisdom of a Jedi Master can truly explain this, but I will do my best to make you understand.
Okay, so she's about to give me some lecture about how I ought to be more of a goody two-shoes. To be honest, I feel like she should have, you know, picked this up before now. Like, say, at the point where I deliberately got the two star-crossed lovers murdered by the opposite family. Because, you know, that was just fun. I think I actually yelled out, die, die, yes, everybody die. But, like, she didn't realise at that point I might be onto a bit of a dark path, apparently.
The dark side is not simply giving in to anger, temptation, or to use the Force to destructive ends. These things only lead to the dark side. The dark side grows stronger and more insidious the closer you draw to it. It begs you to surrender to it, to release all its terrible power, and it becomes harder and harder to resist. And once you stop resisting, it's too late. It twists you up inside and turns you into a mockery of everything you once stood for.
You know what, that's right, that was a bit dramatic there, Bastila.
You say you understand, but I'm afraid you are taking this too lightly. The power of the dark side can be alluring. We need only to look at the atrocities which have been committed by those under its sway to understand the terrible, corrupting evil of the dark side. Millions dead, and far more suffering. What sort of person would you have to become to perform such deeds gladly?
Okay, so we're mixing up two things here, which is being good at dark-sidey powers versus doing the stuff the Sith Empire has done. Okay, I am going to use my choking and lightning powers for good, not evil. Now, I'm going to have to do some evil along the way to get good at choking and lightning, but like, in the end, it's all going to be worth it, alright? It's all going to come out good in the long run, Bastila, I promise. Yeah, it's always a downer speaking to Bastila, because she's always bloody warning me about the dark side and diddly-diddly-dee. No one else does that, she's such a bloody lecturer. Ah, but yes, Jahani, my cat girlfriend. We need to speak about your ex, Dak Vesser, because, to be honest, Jess, there were, not many answers when we met him. I wasn't really sure what was going on there.
There is little to tell. Dak and I were both Padawans. We joined the Order at the same time. He was a kind man, but frustrated. He felt the Jedi were too controlling, too limiting, more so than I did. When he decided to leave the Order, he asked me to come with him. He said he loved me.
Ooh, so given you didn't go, I'm guessing, yes, it wasn't entirely the same on your side.
No, I didn't. I enjoy his company as a friend, but nothing further. I had no idea he felt as he did. He was angry at my refusal. I assumed that he would get over the hurt in time. I suppose such feelings can fester and darken, and they never go away. He reminds me of what I was when you found me in the grove. I feel sorry for him, but he has chosen his path, hasn't he? If I thought he would accept an offer of help, I would give it. Let us just move on, please.
Okay, so, yeah, just a bit of, not even really tragic backstory there, just two people who weren't quite what the other needed at the time.
Well, I mentioned before that my parents had fled to Taris. Perhaps I can tell you about that.
Yes, here we go. We've got more backstory from, Jahani as well, related to her time on Taris.
In the early days of the Mandalorian War, there had been fighting closer to the Outer Rim worlds.
And yes, that's near, Cathar, where you come from. But no, we don't say that because we know she didn't come from Cathar, the homeworld anyway, so I'm guessing like you and your lot were just like somewhere nearby or something.
Cathar was there, yes. My people had a great reputation as warriors, and that appealed to the Mandalore version of honor. They sought to test themselves against us, I think. Test themselves by bombing our world, slaughtering my people while they slept or while they ran.
Okay, maybe we keep Jahani and Canderous on other sides of the ship, because yeah, she seems to be pretty dismissive and sneery at Mandalorian ideas of honor and testing and whatnot. So yeah, you're saying they didn't fight fair at all, though they talk a big game about how, hey, we have to test ourselves in battle. Actually, they, like, you know, bombed you from afar and did other things that were not in any way honourable combats.
They swooped down from space, across the world, firing at anything that moved. They used ships in space to destroy all orbital facilities and bombard the surface. We did resist, and in spite of their violent attack, we did stave them off for quite a while. But in the end, we were doomed.
Okay, so nobody helped, not the Republic, not the Jedi.
We were not members of the Republic. Cathar was beyond the edge of the Republic, in the Outer Rim. And besides, they could not have known. Our interstellar communications were the first things the Mandalores hit. All other short-range communicators were jammed. We were on our own. We knew what was coming. We had fought the Mandalorians in the first war against Exar Kun and the Sith. We knew there would be no mercy for us. The most we could do was pack the few of our people who survived onto what few ships remained and send them off into space as fast as they could. Most did not make it.
Okay, and you were a child at the time, so yes, you were originally from Cathar, but then most of your life you spent on Taris, by the sounds of it, right?
My parents carried me as a baby with them, and were lucky enough to escape. They fled as far as they were able, and eventually settled on Taris. They could stand running no further, I think. But Taris was a horrible choice. Dominated by humans, intolerant of other species, it made everyday life unnecessarily hard.
Yeah, you would have thought the human supremacist planet where everyone who's not human basically has to live below in the zombie undercity. You think they would have gone somewhere else, like literally anywhere else, yes.
My father turned to stimulants. He spent much of his time in local bars and dives. But we are warriors. It runs through our blood. And when he was on stims, he became foolish. He let his warrior nature get the best of him. So he would get intoxicated, and he would fight. And finally, one day, he would die.
I desperately want her father to be Dead-Eye Duncan, but I suspect no, he wasn't actually. I mean, it would be amazing if he was, like she was half Cathar, and her dad was Dead-Eye Duncan. That'd be the best thing imaginable, but I suspect no.
Killed by a man who provoked him into a fight and killed him like an animal. I am sorry. I cannot talk about this any longer right now.
Okay, so we got more tragic backstory right there too. Oh, and we got more as well. So, yes, after your dad's tragic backstory, was there also a tragic backstory for your mother?
After my father died, my mother was left to support me alone. A single non-human woman, living in one of the worst, most violent slums on Taris. It was not easy for her.
Okay, so, yeah, I don't need to ask how so. We kind of know what things are like on Taris, so could you not help her? No, because she was a baby at the bloody time. Okay. Just tell me what happened, because I suspect it's not good.
When my father was killed, it seemed that something in her began to die as well. She worked. She worked as hard as she was able. But over time, she began to waste away. I later learned that she was unable to get enough money to feed both of us, and had to start borrowing from the exchange, a band of cutthroats and smugglers. But even that was not enough. She hid what she was doing from me. She gave most of her food to me so that I would be strong, but she herself was suffering deeply from it. In the end, she could go on no longer, and collapsed at the cantina where she worked one day.
Okay, so... I mean, there was a doctor who seemed like a nice guy in Taris. We ran into him, didn't help him because, you know, we handed over the precious drugs to the gangsters instead, which, you know, now I know that you were living there at one point, I feel a bit worse about. So, yes, what about that nice doctor?
She never recovered. There was nothing really that I could do for her. She left me no money, and no doctor would see her without being paid first. I sat by her bed for days as she lay there dying. I never want that to happen to someone I care about ever again. But there was still the money she had borrowed. She had never paid it back and made no provisions for her death. You must understand. The exchange is brutal. They care nothing for the life of a sentient being. They are the major suppliers of slaves on Taris.
Yeah, I know, because there's a lot of bounties floating around, so... yeah, no bounties on you. I would have made that my first question. Did they put out a bounty on you to, you know, make an example? But, yes, let's not use the S word. Sometimes, you know, Juhani and Zalbar can be a bit sensitive to that. They captured you, shall we say.
They thought it would be appropriate that, with my mother owing them money, the debt should be passed on to me. And with no way to pay, they took me by force. You have no idea what it is like to be bound like a beast and treated as such. It was the worst time of my life. They treated me like livestock. They were waiting for a buyer to give them some credits for me when the Jedi came to fight the Mandalorians.
Okay, so I'm guessing the Jedi, like, you know, sensed your Force potential.
The Jedi could not abide by what they saw there and drove the exchange from the face of the world, freeing those of us imprisoned there. But the Jedi soon left to fight their war, and I was left with a dream.
Okay, so not just you personally, the Jedi, like, you know, tried to deal with slavery. They couldn't stay there forever, so I'm guessing it kind of crept back in various forms, as we've seen ourselves, but... you know what? Good for them. And yes, your dream, of course, was to become a Jedi yourself. You mentioned this before. And that's all we've got from her for now. Lovely. And also, while I'm in here, yes, need to gather up the grenades and whatnot, because you give me free grenades, which is lovely. Okay, mission's still staying a bit on the quiet side, so I suspect we should just take her out with us and maybe level her up a bit, and that might make her a bit more talkative. And then I'm guessing Canderous has got more bloody war stories to tell.
We started by conquering worlds outside the Republic. We did it quietly so the Republic wouldn't really know what was going on until it was too late. When we finally did hit the Republic worlds, they had no idea we were coming. We came in through 3 invasion corridors in adjacent sectors. Anyone who put up a fight, or wouldn't fight, was crushed. We razed whole worlds trying to provoke the Republic into fighting us. I don't particularly enjoy wiping out worlds for its own sake, but the cowardly tactics the Republic defenders used left us little choice.
I really do not understand what Canderous's deal is, because he always tells these stories like this, and they're very matter-of-fact, but they don't really tell us, like, anything about him. It's very odd. I don't know what I'm supposed to be getting out of Canderous, but I just don't feel like I've got, like, any grip on his personality at all. Like, everyone else I know way better. I just don't quite get Canderous.
Hiding in the homes of civilians, using families as shields, thinking we would not use appropriate force on their bases inside major cities. They underestimated our resolve, and what measures are acceptable in war. Those who cannot defend themselves should not be around those who can in battle. If annihilating a city is the kind of power it takes to overwhelm a Republic shield device, then that's what we did. Necessary force to destroy all opposition.
Also, he is a bit of a dick. Okay, I know I choke people and lightning strike people, but generally on a small scale, he's talking about planetary genocide just to prove a point.
I have no time or patience for cowards. They deserve to be hunted down and exterminated like vermin. There was no honor in wiping them out like rats. But some of your forces did redeem the Republic in our eyes. Especially later.
Okay, what are we talking about here? Because, yeah, this is the Republic-Mandalore War.
Later, when Revan had joined the war. But we'll get back to that. We've wasted too much time already. Is there something else you want to know?
Okay, he might finally have got to the point where he's willing to tell me about, stuff that's relevant to me and mine in the mission and whatnot. But yes, he's an odd one, is Canderous. Ah, yes, and Jolie might finally be ready to, open up a bit.
You got yourself a fast little ship? I'd forgotten what engine sounded like. The closest thing to that on Kashyyyk is an uller in mating season. Ugh, frightful.
Okay, that sounds a bit evasive to me. Come on, why are you here?
Or it could be for the free food. What's the gunk that comes out of a synthesizer on this bucket anyway? Do you never clean the darn thing?
I like Jolie. He's lovely and grumpy, but I do suspect, yes, he's being, deliberately evasive right now.
I'm old, damn it. I'm allowed to be enigmatic when I want to be. And don't you go telling me otherwise. You remind me of someone else I knew ages ago. Pleasant enough fellow, great destiny, all of that. Breath like a bantha.
Okay, did you annoy this person endlessly too? I like Jolie. Him and me can be friends, alright?
Oh, very funny. Is it my fault that some people are so easily annoyed? Like impatient little children with blasters. Anyway, where was I? Oh yes, Andor Vex was his name. The force swirled around him like a hurricane. That's how great his destiny was.
Okay, not sure anyone's ever said that name out loud before, actually. I don't remember it.
No, you wouldn't have. Sometimes swirling force is just swirling force. It gets us old Jedis excited at our age, so we go, ooh, destiny. Well, it turned out that poor Andor believed a wee bit too much in the infallibility of that destiny. That overconfidence turned out to be his downfall.
Okay, I like Jolie. Jolie's flipping great. He's just, a grumpy old man who doesn't give a damn anymore. He says what he feels like. He doesn't take himself too seriously. Flipping love it.
I don't know. Are you overconfident? I hadn't noticed. Even if I had, I would never comment on it. We're talking about Andor, remember? Let's see. Oh yes, Andor's downfall. I was pretty young myself when it happened. At the time, I thought that Andor's destiny couldn't be more boring.
Okay, so this was a long time ago.
Well, let's just say that I was a strapping young lad with a full head of hair, and Coruscant was a small town with a well. I was just about to abandon Andor to whatever the Force intended for him when his ship was overtaken by a Dimian warship. Now, you've probably never heard of the Dimians, but at the time they were a nasty lot led by a nastier overlord named Krat. Tall fellow, big teeth. Krat has us hauled onto the bridge of his ship for questioning, and that's when I knew that Andor's destiny was at hand.
Okay, so I'm guessing he was supposed to kill Krat, or rather assumed he would, but he didn't. He just got himself killed instead.
Of course he did. Haven't you been listening? It was not in the way you'd probably expect, though. Well, Andor decides that his destiny makes him invulnerable and starts making all sorts of demands. Free me now. I'm not answering questions. Blah, blah, blah. Don't you know who I am? Krat decides he's had enough and begins crushing Andor's neck. I told the boy he should have kept his mouth shut. I think he agreed too, or could have just been gurgling noises. Well, anyway. Finally, Krat has enough of Andor and tosses him aside into this giant energy intake shaft. Andor gets sucked in and starts bouncing around, screaming. Maybe Andor hit something sensitive on the way down, or just didn't agree with the reactor core. Next thing I know, all the ship's alarms are ringing.
Okay, I like the sound of this Andor. He's my kind of hero.
Everyone panics, and I run, barely making it to the ship in time before the explosion. Krat dies horribly, and the Dimians never quite recovered. Changed the political course of the entire sector for centuries to come. I'd call that quite a destiny, wouldn't you?
I'd maybe call that a coincidence, but, okay, sure. How does this, relate to you again?
Well, hey, the chances may not be great, but one has the opportunity to see something like that twice in a lifetime. Anyway, go on. My throat is dry and you're making me cranky. Shoo!
Okay, I kinda love Jolie. Jolie's my favourite. He's definitely the best Jedi on board. And one final bit of ship business. Yes, so I've dropped a save in case it's a bomb, but I can't resist opening up the mysterious box. Hope this doesn't, mean I'm giving up on several thousand credits. do I wish to open the box? Yes, open the box, and... Ooh. Right. Well, this is interesting. How far away can it get from this guy? Just, okay, put on the speed. Put on the speed, there we go. Just further and further. I think I've reached the edge of the endless white expanse. Okay. I probably shouldn't have opened the box, so... Right. And what? Something else comes into my prison already. Okay, I recognise you. You're the same guy as was on the hologram on Kashyyyk, or maybe just the same species. So, a very long time in nothing, then in a span of mere months, 3 in a row. What sheer luck. Okay, I'm not the first person to open the box. 100% it's going to be Revan, though maybe Revan and Malik together? Okay, biped, more or less symmetrical, far less hair than the last one, opposable digits. Well, actually, when you say far less hair, Wookiee? Did a Wookiee come in? I don't know whether a Wookiee might have come in. So, by the way, what's going on and how the flip do I speak your language, given you live in, like, a box? Because, like, the game did mention at the beginning, oh, you know various languages, that's convenient, but, like, what language is this? Because if you look like the guy who was in the hologram, that would suggest you're one of the, what are they called? Like, the builders, the architects, or whatever. Like, really, really ancient person, previous cycle level person. So how on earth do I speak your language? So, okay, just what the flip's going on here? And why do you live in a box? I'm a prisoner, as are you. Yes, indeed, though I suspect by accident rather than sentence. Yeah, I'm gonna be honest, I just opened the box. I was told not to open the box, but I opened the box. My people put our criminals into little cages like this. Well, our minds anyway. Okay, so you're like an evil dick from the previous cycle. So it's nice to meet you, because I'm an evil dick from this cycle. Just so I know, how evil are we talking? Because I'm evil enough to be literally, you know, going evil. On my face, I've got evil marks all over it. And I led a war, well, a rebellion really, though the details would hardly interest you. Many of my kind died, and I'm responsible, or so they said. Ah! You might be perfectly fine, you might have just been, you know, set up or a scapegoat or something, so... Yes. Who are the others? Especially as you said one of them was, like, hairier than me. So, I'm thinking Wookiee. And yes, indeed, 2 others of entirely different species visited me before you. I couldn't speak with them like I can with you, however. Okay, who's that going to be? Because there's not that many characters or species that are, like, really, really hairy. So they eventually grew angry and ran off into the whiteness. If you go out far enough, you may find them, though I wouldn't recommend it. Oh, they're still in here! Okay, that's interesting. And they're likely quite mad. All the whiteness can do that to you. It'll drive you mad, 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 if you let it. Well, I'll say if you've been in here for like thousands or tens of thousands of years, you're doing pretty well. You seem, you know, pretty calm and cogent and whatever. So, okay. How do we get out? Because I'm guessing it's hard, otherwise you'd have done it already. And that is the most interesting question. Yes, 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 indeed. So, I've been here long enough to ponder that. How many years? 1,000, 10,000? I could never remember. So the point is, I know a way out of this clever little prison. Interesting that, wouldn't you say? If you haven't done it, it involves me, doesn't it? So, yes, yes indeed. If this is just your mind, then your body's dust. So, indeed you're correct, your body... Ah! He wants to just ride around in my body. Well, that's not gonna happen, mate. I'm using it to, like, choke and electrocute people. Okay, so, for either of us to go, both of us have to consent to it. So... neither of us is going to, so therefore we have to have a simple competition to agree that one of us is going, so... okay. I don't know I can trust you, because if you lose, you just say, well, I'm not helping you out anyway, so... okay. What competition are we talking about here? Because I can't help but notice we're in, like, you know, a featureless white expanse. I'm not sure what you've really got, you know, planned. And I've little clue what activities you're superior at. You're at the same disadvantage with me. well, you're better at, like, you know, having your eyes far apart from each other, so if it's like, you know, a measuring contest related to eyes, I am screwed. Best game is one on the mind in exchange of, aha, riddles. Okay, I mean, sure, why not? Let's do a riddle contest. Until I am measured, I am not known, yet how you miss me when I have flown. So that should be... that's got to be time, like time flying. Would any others make sense? No, it's got to be time. Okay, I suppose that was an easy one. Yeah, you've literally had 1,000 years to come up with this riddle. Oh yeah, we've been flipping had here. He's had like 10,000 years to come up with the most complicated riddles, and the riddles could be like, you know, culturally appropriate and unique to him. So I have absolutely no flipping way of, like, you know, being able to answer them, because the riddle might be impossible for me with my cultural background, and the same might be true for a riddle I give to him, so... okay, what has roots as nobody sees, is taller than the trees, up it goes, and yet it never grows. I don't actually know what that is, so I'm going to go for that one. And what manner of plant could that be? And it is a mountain. Yes, yes it is. Wait, mountains... mountains don't have roots. Okay, I'm not sure... wait, what? Mountains don't have... never mind. I never was, yet always will be. I am never seen, yet always come. I can carry nothing, yet hold much for some. Carry nothing, hold much for some. So... never was, always will be. That's got to be tomorrow, because tomorrow always will be and can't be in the past. It's got to be in the future, and tomorrow holds, like, you know, promise for people. Yes, it's got to be tomorrow. And yes, 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 you have the right of it. Tomorrow it is. Fair is fair, sentient, your turn. Okay, if you break me, I do not stop working. If you touch me, I may be snared. If you lose me, nothing will matter. Okay, or you heard me before, yet you hear me again, then I die until you call me again. I'll go for the first one. That one's a bit more obscure. I'm not sure what that one actually is. And your heart. Heart is the answer. Okay, I'm glad these guys are good at riddles, because they're better at riddles than I am. I've never been great at riddles. So, okay. His turn once again. Who makes it has no need of it. Who buys it has no use for it. Who uses it has no knowledge of it. Okay, so who makes it has no need. Who buys it has no use. Who uses it has no knowledge of it. That seems consistent with a grave, because yeah, the grave digger will actually not be the one who makes use of it if you buy it. Then again, some people do buy their own grave plots, so that's not 100% consistent. It's still the best bet I've got. And yes, that's it. Again, that's wrong, because people can buy their own burial plots, but whatever. And then, okay, you heard me before, you hear me again until I die. Okay, so that one shows up again. Flying to Tatooine, I meet 5 ships. Each ship has 5 crewmen. Each crewman 5 pets. How many in all are flying to Tatooine? Okay, a bit of a simple maths puzzle, but sure, let's kind of, you know, mix up the format a bit by just tossing out, you know, thinky maths puzzles. No, not numbers. I've never been good with numbers. Think. 5 times 5. Add the 1. No. I mean, yeah, that seems like the obvious answer. Don't forget you yourself. So 126. Right? And then... wait, hang on. Wait, was there 5? Is it 5 times 5 times 5? Or is it just 5 times... never mind. I got it wrong too. It's 1. I'm the only one flying to Tatooine. And fooled myself. Very clever. You have won. It appears my destiny is to be imprisoned even longer. Okay, you're willing to let me go. Honestly, I thought you were going to screw me over, but you know what? That's nice. And what about the others? Okay. Apparently I just can't ask about them. Yes, what's your name, stranger? Sorry, should have started with that. A bit rude of me. And I've completely forgotten. Okay, that's a bit of an odd thing, but whatever. By the way, would you like me to, like, you know, destroy the prison just to, like, end your suffering? Because I guess I could do that, to be honest. And I doubt it. No offense, your species hardly strikes me as that advanced. Okay, apparently this is a mega advanced super box. Got it. Well, in which case out I go, I suppose. And nothing too complicated. I'm guessing he's just, gonna shove me out the box now. And then he just... Okay, he just ice-wibbled me out of the box. Lovely. And back in the thing I go. Can open the box again. Darn it, can only be used once by each owner. Right, so... not 100% sure why somebody wants the box, but okay, that's the box. Well, we do still have to deliver the box, so yes, that's going to, what was it, Motor the Hut? I can't remember. It's going to a hut, so let's get it delivered, and then once we've done that, we'll have a giant pile of money, because yeah, it was like several thousand credits for the box. Then we'll go over to, to Yavin and see what's going on in the shop, because he's got the really damn good stuff. Aha! And in the meantime, of course, stuff's going on Malik's ship.
Kalonord is dead, Lord Malik. He has failed in his mission. Forgive me.
The penalty for failure is death, Admiral Kareth. But the failure was Kalo's, not yours. You may rise.
Shall I hire another bounty hunter, Lord Malik?
No mere bounty hunter can stand against a Jedi. I shall not make the same mistake again. My apprentice, Darth Bandon, shall take care of our young Jedi friend. Find Bastila and bring her to me, alive, if possible.
As you command, Master.
And of course that leads straight into the next dream. So this is going to show me what I'm looking for. And yeah, I'm definitely looking a bit evil these days. Okay, so once again, underground, ruins, caves, something of that nature. Gotcha.
You felt it, yes? Another vision? The Force continues to work through us, showing us the star maps unearthed by Reverend Malak. Tatooine is known for little but blowing sand. I find it surprising that there would be a star map somewhere in its desolate wastes.
Okay, how many times? We know that the builders came to obscure worlds in order to either kidnap slaves or implant slaves to do work. And very often they came to planets because they wanted the local resources, like Kashyyyk, something about the trees. Maybe they needed sand. Maybe like the bloody Starforge is made out of glass. Let's just get going. You know what, Bastila? You're coming with me. We're going to mix up the team a bit so some other people get some time to shine.
Tatooine's just a desert planet. I hear the mining isn't going so well. I bet the colony gets abandoned before long. Well, that's all I can think of at any rate.
Okay, so Karth's got a couple of comments there too, so... right, I'm guessing Circa's here again, but on this occasion, yeah, sounds like they might not be making so much money. And nothing else from anybody else, so okay, let's get out there. And I think on this occasion, yes, Bastila and mission.
Welcome to Anchorhead, potential customer. Zerka Corporation stands ready to serve, after some formalities, of course. First, your ship is not on our list of planned arrivals for today. There is a docking fee of 100 credits because of this.
How many times do I have to teach you people this damn bloody lesson? No, you're not getting my money.
Zerka Corporation maintains this docking station at great expense. It is within our rights to refuse landing permission. And I warn you, we've had troublemakers before. The bay is lined with autoguns. Violence is not a survivable option.
Okay, when he's talking about autoguns, maybe just be nice, because those autoguns are a bit nasty. But, yes, what if I could persuade or Jedi mind trick you?
I assure you that the fee is non-negotiable.
Oh, we'll see about that.
You know, I don't think you need to pay the fee. We'll let it go this time.
There we flipping go. Okay, here we go. So, how about you give me just some background here? Because obviously I know all about Tatooine in, you know, the time of the movies, but things might be very different here. Like there's, you know, a big corporation floating around, and Karth mentioned mining. But if this place is nothing but sand, yeah, mining into sand's gotta be difficult. What are you actually, like, you know, after?
There isn't much to tell. It's a very old planet, well past its prime. Zerka Corporation is the only company with any interest in it. It's not a very pretty world, but there is opportunity here if you know where to look.
Okay, tell me more about what you're doing here then, because if no one else is here, what's your interest?
I can't really get into that. It hasn't been a very smooth operation. I shouldn't get into it.
Oh no, you want to get into it.
I can tell you more, I guess. It's not a big secret or anything. Just not good for business. You see, Zerka Corporation staked their claim to this planet based on some very promising geological surveys. Unfortunately, that information was incorrect, and possibly even an attempt at sabotage by a rival company.
Ah, they tricked you into investing heavily into your presence here, and it turns out there's nothing worth mining. Gotcha. So you just set up shop on a worthless backwater sands planet, you stupid losers.
Not totally barren. There were a few good years of mining, and limited operations are still in place. But the ore is flawed. It has peculiar properties. They've had to look at other forms of business.
Okay, define peculiar.
Zerka Corporation has really tried to hide this, but it just seems that Tatooine metal is unfit for effective manufacturing. I would imagine that this outpost will eventually be abandoned. Nobody is making any money here. Of course, this rock may have been settled a few times, so look for some other company to get stuck with it.
Oh, they're just going to pass it straight on and lie to somebody else. Marvellous. So, okay. And history. Yes, what about before you guys?
Very little. There are hints that it might once have been a lush world, but I can't picture it as anything but a desert. Native sentient species have no records going back that far. That was hundreds of years ago, maybe thousands. Of course, the native species are not very willing to tell anyone anything. They're barely more than animals.
Okay, so yes, you're being dicks here to the locals too. So basically, when the builders came here in the first place, it was lush, and I'm guessing they turned this place into the dust bowl it is right now. But why? What's the point? Okay. He's not going to know that. So yes. Any chances any good opportunities floating about at all?
It depends on what level of risk you want to take. You could ask at the Zerka office if any bounties need collecting. That's in the central anchorhead. While you're at the office, ask for a hunting license so you can sell trophies to Faza in his lodge, just north of them. I suppose you could also take up swoop racing. Talk to the hut at the registration office by the track. That's in West Anchorhead. I can't say I know which of these jobs is the most dangerous. I stay away from all of them.
Ooh, is that a Mort of the Hut by any chance? Because I need to speak to him. So, okay, fair enough. And who would be in the know if I was looking for something?
That's not much information. Could you tell me more?
To be honest, yes, let's be a bit vague. So, antiques and artifacts.
You a digger? I've heard of ruins being found now and then, but they've always been stripped by sand people soon after. You're not going to get anywhere with them. I guess you could ask around, but I doubt you'll learn anything different. You could always ask a Jawa. It's hard to tell what they know.
Okay, so obviously Circa doesn't think much of the Jawas or the Sandfolk or whatever, but yeah, they're probably a lot cleverer than Circa gives them credit for, because Circa are just dicks to the locals. Now, let's also make sure everybody's set up correctly here. So, yes, Mission's now got a fully upgraded Bendax blaster. No, I'm not using that anymore. And she can have my old armor together with, yes, the will saves +3. That's not too bad at all. Because, yes, I know she's not doing much damage right now, but that's not the point. The point is, her scoundrel is effectively uncapped. It's a scoundrel damage that's going to be carrying her, so me and her together have ludicrous mega damage. I just need Bastila to be able to tank effectively, which she's going to be able to do because I'm giving her the Keldroma robes, which everybody can apparently wear apart from bloody me. In fact, you know what? You can have the headband, and Mission can have the demolition sensor. Let's just make sure she's set up to, you know, be supporty. Put all that together, and yeah, her defense is now 23. And she's got some leveling up to do, so yeah, assuming she can support me correctly shouldn't be a massive issue. So, alright, let's get everybody up to where they should be. Attributes. She's going to be needing... I do need her to support a little bit in terms of force powers. Then again, if I want her to be a big old dodge tank, then yeah, dexterity. That's going to be the better option here. And she can also just, she can just have awareness, because to be honest, she's not going to be able to get anything else up effectively. She's also immune to paralysis and has Master Sense at this point. So, okay, Master Sense is... oh, that's just bonus defense. Okay, so now she's more defensive. That's nice. And yes, as she's two-handed, just like me, it's probably best she's, like, you know, able to just do a whole bunch of flurrying, because that works pretty darn well for me, though, to be honest, she could also use Critical Strike. Critical Strike would, as we've discussed previously, give her a better chance of stunning. Which, if she's my front liner, I kind of need, because if she's flurrying, that's going to lead to her defense going down, which we don't really need. Or we could just give her a bit of toughness. Let's start off with, yeah, Critical Strike for now, because that actually works pretty darn well. Her lightsaber's already got a good chance of doing that anyway, so a little bit more wouldn't hurt. And as for powers, yes, if she needs to tank effectively, then giving her force armor for even more defense, that'll flippin' do. And max out the healing, that's definitely useful. And as we can't, yeah, max out Valor or Speed, we know for a fact that now a flipping Sith apprentice is coming for us. Apparently, you know, Darth Bandon's a big deal or something, so let's make her a little bit resistant to his abilities. And now we're up to defense at 25, vitality 126, but we can significantly boost that yet. And as for mission, here we flipping go. Sneak attack is starting to get up to dumb levels. Yeah, on average, per attack roll, that's a dumb amount of extra damage, and she's going to be doing flurries and whatnot. So, okay, let's just make sure she's got herself, oh no. No. You're going to be needing those rapid shots, actually. Yes, that's the thing. Only defense of 29 and vitality of 98, though. So, okay, be careful. She's going to be squishy. Oh, and take a couple of steps forward. Someone else wants to chat. So, I know it's been a very long time, dear. Aren't you Bastila? Oh my goodness. It's your tragic mother backstory.
I'm Bastila, yes. I take it that you know my mother?
Yes, I worked for your father on an expedition years ago. Your mother showed me hollows of before you left. Such a pretty little girl. Okay, what's your deal? Because I don't trust you.
Is there something I can do for you, miss? As you can see, we're in quite a hurry.
Oh, she doesn't want to talk about this at all. So, yeah, Bastila, I bet the Jedi way would be to be polite and patient and ask her what's wrong and see if she needs help in any way. And I didn't mean to take up your time, just wanted to ask you if your mother's condition had improved. Oh my. So, yes, Bastila, you may have left certain details out about your home life.
My mother's condition?
And, oh, never mind, she doesn't know. Right, I assume she'd found you. When I talked to her last, she was desperate to find you. Right, what's wrong with your mother?
I've not seen my mother since I joined the Order. Do you know what's happened? Did she say anything about my father?
And I'm sorry, but your mother is very ill, so she told me. She didn't say anything about your father, however. I didn't see him. Yeah, Basta seems to have a bit of a cold and distant relationship there.
Where did you meet her? Do you remember?
And it turns out she's right here on Tatooine, in the cantina. Okay, time to go and see her.
Part of me would rather not see her at all. But if she is really sick, well, we shall see.
Okay, we might actually be able to resolve a bloody tragic backstory for once, rather than just piling more and more and more of them on top of each other. Lovely. And we've also got ourselves another person who wants to talk, so... Okay, a shipment has been delivered. Okay, you might be confusing me for Davik. Again, change of management. What's the shipment, where's it going, and how much are you paying me for this? And manifest list, life form, Gizka, everything seems to be in order. Okay, what's a Gizka? Because I swear I've heard that name before. Someone mentioned it on, Kashyyyk for some reason. And it says on the manifest, you ordered a crate of Gizka to be delivered to Docking Bay 32. All I need is your thumbprint for. Where the datapad go, nothing is ever organised. At any rate, the Gizka are yours. Okay, well, the crate split open. Some of the critters might have gotten loose. Okay, so now I've got Gizka on the ship. Is that bad? Are these, like, you know, adorable, cute space hamsters? Or, like, you know, death claws? Because I don't know which way we're going right now. Okay, I think maybe we should just quickly check in on the ship. Because a lot of people have just got things to say to me before I can even get into the bloody town. Oh my goodness, they're adorable frogs! Oh, you're adorable. Hello. So... Oh, yes, I bought poison. Back on Kashyyyk. I didn't know what it was for at the time. I assumed it was for Kashyyyk. But, okay. Pick it up. Hello. Hi. You're adorable. So, it wriggles from my grasp. Okay, it looks at me curiously. And, okay, what if I pet it first? Okay, give it a pet. And, oh my goodness, it coos enthusiastically. Okay, now can I pick it up? Oh, hang on, no, play a game first. So, I play a game of peekaboo, hiding my face and then startling it every time you appear. What fun. And he looks at you curiously. Okay, now can we pick it up? And now we're friends. And darn it, it wriggles from my grasp again. Okay, so I could poison them, but like, to be honest, I feel like they're... Are they actually doing any harm? Because they're kind of cute, to be honest. I wouldn't mind just having these guys with me on the ship. Does anyone else mind, by the way? You know what? I think I know whose job this is. Karth, you absolute useless naked bastard. Taking care of the Gizka can be your flipping job.
I'm not really sure, but you can figure it out on your own, can't you?
Okay, Karth, why exactly are we bringing you along if you can't even... Bloody useless. Absolutely bloody useless. Well, you know what? They don't seem to be doing any harm, so for the time being, I'm not poisoning them. No, they can just stay as our new ship pets. Now, if everybody could stop just giving me missions for 2 damn minutes, I have got a mysterious box to deliver. And we got a shop right here by the ship too, so... Okay, melee weapon here, which is 4 to 18 and also +5 versus droids. That's not terrible. And it's upgradable too. That's potentially pretty good. Then we've got a rifle, 3 to 10, which seems... Well, it is upgradable, but it's a rifle. No one's really using rifles, to be honest, so that's a no-go. Awareness +4. No, we got plenty of awareness. Got one of you guys already. Immunity to critical hits is kind of fun, but not exactly essential. Now, the fact you're selling, 3 breath masks makes me a bit suspicious, because that's enough for my entire party to be immune to poison. I'm guessing, you know, somebody's going to be poisoning the entire party at some point or another, though those are nice. All saves +3 and dexterity +1. Then again, I've got dexterity +3 on my hands already, so that seems more important. Then we just got some shields. Nothing too dramatic, really, by the looksy of it. Then we do also have bantha fodder. Okay, that's just mysteriously at the bottom, being like, you know, cheap and limited. So that's going to be a mission thing. Let's just take that right now. We're going to need it later. Right, on we go to Anchorhead. So, whole bunch of people, whole bunch of shops, and they said, yes, it was like the swoop by care, and that ship just had a bit missing out of the middle of it. So, okay. Need to find our way to... That's not a door. Some of the doors aren't doors. Some of them are. Some of them aren't. So, oh my goodness, you're adorable. Can I say hello? Not really. You can sort of, you know, ride up a little bit, but that's all fine. Hunting lodge. That was a license. Hello, you've got a name.
Please, will you help me? I have nothing. Nothing left.
Okay. I'm Bang Blitzman, and I'm not really willing to, you know, just do it for nothing. But if you've got, like, say, somebody who needs murdering, and that would improve your life, say, I could do that.
Oh, thank you. I don't have anywhere else to turn. If you're down and out on Tatooine, you're on your own. My husband was a hunter, killed out on the dunes. This raid plate is all I have left. Please, will you buy it? I don't need a handout. I just can't sell it to Faza without a license. Please, I'm worried about having it. They're so rare.
Okay, but I'm not a hunter either, so I can't sell it. And also, what is a raid plate? Because this sounds like a con to me.
It's the bone plate from the head of the desert raid. My husband was so proud when he found it. He had just started hunting. He said he felt sure the next hunt would bring in more, so we waited to sell this one. Then he never came back.
Okay, so I need to, like, buy a license to sell stuff, then I can sell stuff including this. So I might be able to make my money back, like, pretty much straight away.
Will you buy it? I can't sell it myself. They're worth more than 500 credits.
Okay, that seems a lot. That seems a lot, actually. So maybe I'll buy it, but let's discuss price.
You will? Oh, thank you so much.
Yes, I know you're going to want 500. Okay, not an extra 200. And yes, I'm not just going to take it, but I am going to take it for less than 500, because I have no way of knowing what this is worth. So I'm not being ripped off here. And I think I'm being very generous just buying this off you when I can't sell it myself, alright? You are actually putting an imposition on me right now. So, let's go down a bit. We can agree something.
Cheaper? Please, it's all I have. I need the credits. Can't you pay the 500?
Oh no, this is a con. This is a con. Look, you can have half or nothing at all.
Half is acceptable to me. I agree. It will have to do. I thank you, I guess. Maybe it's enough.
It troubles me to see you behaving this way. Such acts can lead to the dark side.
Look, she's a con artist, probably, and she's just given me her useless bit of nonsense, and I've still given her, like, 250 credits. Alright, I bet we just gave her a good deal. Alright, let's just go into Hunting Lodge and verify that. Here we go, Faza. Someone mentioned Faza. So, yes, indeed. How much for a license to do hunting and whatnot? Oh, that's not here. Circa officers, 200 credits. Any chance we could get that, you know, a little bit cheaper? And not up to me. Okay, so, Circa, I'm happy ripping off Circa. That's not a problem. Okay, we'll come back to you in this place in a moment. And yet more people just yelling at me in the street. Bloody hell. So this one is upset about a human woman who is, like, super arrogant. Or something. So, excuse me, I don't know who you are, but, like, I'm not the same woman, so back the flip off. And you should be sorry for sharing a species with that creature. I swear Helena must be... Oh, that's... Right, Bastila, apparently your mother is, popular round these parts.
My mother was supposed to be here somewhere. Ask if they've seen her.
And seen her, you couldn't miss her if you tried. She strolled into the cantina like she owned the place. Oh, Bastila, I'm gonna have fun with your mother. She sounds like she's a right piece of work, potentially. Okay, before we get to that, here's the Circa office. Bloody hell, quests on bloody quests right now. Never mind, more people are inside and we're just walking into their conversations. You'll be hearing about this, you Circa puppet. And don't tell me to take my concerns to your corporate kiosk. Okay, Circa around here, not popular. Quite right too, they're all dicks. Let's, you know, rip them off then murder them.
If this is about employment, I'm afraid all regular mining positions are full. And before you ask, we are also no longer selling hunting licenses.
Oh no, you're gonna be selling me a bloody hunting license, cause I need to get some of this money back. Alright.
As I said, we are no longer selling them. There are too many people cavorting about outside the walls as it is.
No, you're going to be bloody selling me one, even if I have to take it out of your cold, dead hands.
We use them to ensure that only people judged fit by Zerka Corporation are allowed outside the city. We don't allow casual exploration because of legal concerns. Zerka Corporation takes no responsibility for loss of life on the dunes. It's just so we can keep track of people. No one leaves the city without a Zerka hunting license.
Oh, I'm going to enjoy murdering you when we get round to that.
Well, normally we charge 200 credits, but I could make an exception if you agreed to perform a task for us. It's similar to hunting. The Sand People are becoming a problem. They destroy our sandcrawlers and kill our miners. One particular tribe is the worst. It's as if their chieftain has decided to wage war against us. I would like their attacks terminated. Bring me their gaffy sticks as proof. If you agree to do this, I'll give you a hunting license now and pay a bounty for each stick later. I'll give a bonus for the chieftains.
Okay, I'm willing to say yes, because I want the license. But to be honest, I'm guessing that we're going to find the Sand People, and they're going to tell a very different story. A story about how you guys are dicks and actually the bad guys, at which point we'll help them, drive you out, murder all of you. It'll be Kashyyyk all over again. It'll be great. Oh, I'm doing the right thing, aren't I? Okay, I've got a bit of a blind spot for Circa. When Circa shows up, I'm willing to murder them, even if that's technically the right thing to do.
Excellent. Now, just so we understand each other, this is an enforceable contract. Zerka Corporation takes this very seriously. Here's your license, and a few directions. We believe one of their enclaves is in the far south of the Dune Sea. You might try following one of our sandcrawlers. They're regularly attacked. I wouldn't mind you escorting them.
Okay, so down south, I'm not sure what she means by enforceable, but screw it, I'd like to see them try and enforce against me. Well, nothing much more of interest from her, so... Okay, you also have a name, however. Aha, he's a shop and also bounties. Oh, I'm not sure I want to be doing bounties for Circa. Yeah, that's not what I want to be. Okay, give them to me, but I'm not convinced I'm doing them. As I say, I've got a bit of a blind spot for Circa. I don't want to be doing their dirty work. Oh, never mind. She over there's got that. Oh, bloody hell. Right, well... Fine, just split this conversation between two people, whatever. What have you got? Because you are a shop. Okay, he does have a Mandalorian heavy pistol, which is pretty good. But, to be honest, 4 to 11. That's basically on average the same as Bendax, which is 5 to 10. So, as it's not, modifiable, not really much point. Yep, very boring shop indeed. Okay, I can't find any more bounties, so I assume they're just talking about the Sand People. So, okay, I've already agreed to that, though I'm not going to be doing it, but, yes, okay, no more bounties. Good, because that would have been, morally confusing for me. Oh, I've run into the shouting man outside. So, okay, he wants a peaceful solution. Okay, well, normally I'd say no, but to be honest, the Circa Corporation are dicks, and do seem to just, you know, enslave or murder the actual locals, so if it's gonna screw over Circa, I might be willing to agree. Tell me more. And yes, indeed, they've been attacked by Sand People, so the company wants them killed. They asked you to do it. Yes, and to be honest, I said yes, but only because I wanted a hunting license. So yes, Circa says the Sand People attacked first, but I'm guessing that's not true. Or at least they might have been very badly provoked. And yes, they did. They attacked Circa, who deployed numerous giant sand crawlers and started tearing up the desert with iron shovels and whatever else. Ah, yeah, I'm guessing they might have done something bad to, I don't know, holy sites, ritual sites, something, something, something. To them it must have seemed like an invasion. Yep, fair enough. No negotiations over territory or access. Okay, yeah, definitely feel like we're pro-Sand People on this occasion. What's your suggestion, my friends? And you could just speak to them, but they don't talk, or at least not in any language an average translator can understand. There was even a Jedi here. Ooh, okay. I'm guessing that was Revan, though. That ended in blood, too. Ooh, that's a bit of a concern. So, not saying it would be easy, somebody has to try. Maybe a real translation droid, not these old protocol scrap heaps. Okay. Where would I get such a droid from? And they're pretty rare, even on well-stocked worlds, but I heard something about an unusual droid in the shop here on Tatooine. Okay, translation droid, use that for peaceful resolution. Got it. And one other note, we might need to go in disguise, so desert robes that somebody could get in. This all sounds, yeah, a little bit problematic. Where would I get the robes from? And I suppose you could take them off warrior raiders in the Dune Sea, but there's no way I'd survive anything like that. Okay, I could, but that would involve killing them, and then I'd be just as bad as Circa. So, yes, that's maybe going to be a problem too. I mean, negotiating peace while wearing blood-stained robes that you've taken off the corpses of their people, that's not going to go down well. Okay, where is this group, by the way? Is it like down south where we were already told about? And no secret. Yes, indeed. Further southwest. Gotcha. Okay, so straight up murdering them's definitely going to be easier. But, yes, it would screw over Circamore to take their side. So we're going to be taking their side. Got it. Oh, hello. I was just trying to find the flipping hut, but I think I've come across some more Dark Jedi. Okay, this is not so good, actually. 3 lightsabers versus... Okay, Bastila, you've got your flipping work cut out for you on this occasion. Sorry about this, I wasn't expecting these guys to be right here. Okay, step 1, Valor us up if you'd be so kind. And as for me, I'm just going to go over to Master Speed. And to be honest, you kind of may as well just toss, you know, a grenade at them while we're just doing our force power. See how that goes. So just toss that in. And... well, I tell you what, we've got one of them down, so that's not a bad starting point, all things considered. Okay, so at this point we should be nice and amazing. You just get over there and start just, you know, doing what you can. That one's already down, so you just start critical striking. That's got to be the right way to go, because then, yeah, there's just a really good chance you'll be stunning them a little bit already. I'm just going to go for this guy for the time being, because he might go down very, very fast indeed, and that means, yes indeed, same basic deal. I need you to go over to Rapid Shot 2. So, we're just going to concentrate fire on this guy, and we're going to see if we can just take him out immediately, and... well, she's sort of done a little bit okay there. Now I'm being attacked by this guy, which doesn't really help too much, but I'm good at dodging him, so... okay. I guess, no, get rid of all of that. We're just going to choke him, put a few more bullets over there, and you can just stay at the back and keep going. If we're lucky, we can choke him, because, you know, I've got some good abilities. And 2 of them right now are stunned, so there we go. Now he's going to be a bit screwed. Okay, the entire team is currently stunned or choking. So this here, this is good. So now, turn your attention, no, none of that, none of that, none of that. Over to this guy, please, over to this guy. So now, everybody concentrate all fire on this guy. Okay, and he immediately dies. Good, 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 good. You just get nice and close, if you'd be so kind, and now it's 2 versus... oh, guys. Guys. Okay, I'm not 100% convinced by how much damage, yeah, Mission was doing there. I'm just not sure it's good enough. But what I will be taking is crystals and another double-bladed lightsaber. The thing is, yeah, I wouldn't mind having, you know, my own... oh, Datapad 2 and Sith Assassin pistol. We've already seen one of them, but you weren't using it, so whatever. In fact, I think those might actually be worth a fair whack, so that's not too bad. If I ever need to go over to lightsabers... I sort of can. I need to remember that. In an emergency, I can do this. Because if I just put on, yes, these gauntlets I picked up on Korriban, all of a sudden, I'm a bloody lightsaber expert. And some of my feats are transferable. Because, yes, Master Two-Handed Weapons, that works for either pistols or swords. I mean, I've only got basic proficiency in Blaster Pistol, which is precisely the same as what I've got in Lightsaber. The only thing I don't have is, yeah... I've got Master Rapid Shot, but I don't have any abilities, so I'd be using basic abilities. But, like, you know, basic attacks are fine when they're mixed in with giant piles of force power, so that'd be alright. And yeah, she's up to dumb amounts of damage, like 25 per extra shot right now, though I wasn't really seeing it there, so... yeah, I'm just not quite feeling it, because she doesn't get speed, she's not two-handed... like, when she's using Rapid Shot, she's only getting 2 shots in as opposed to my 5. So, the amount of extra damage she's bringing just isn't as good, even though her sneak attack's higher. I'm just not 100% convinced Mission's... I'm not sure she's working for me. Okay, anyway, before we murder those guys, I'm pretty sure I just saw here... yes, swoop. That's where the hut is. And you motor the hut. Yes, motor the hut. I've got a mysterious ancient prison box for you. And a box. Oh, that box. Yes, indeed, the box you're talking about was supposed to be here a month ago. Yeah, the old guy's dead. You're lucky it's here at all. And no, of course I didn't open the box, because I was told not to. So naturally I wouldn't. So there we flipping go. I suppose you're expecting payment. 2,000 credits. Okay, now, we were told he didn't like negotiating, but with my force persuade. Then again, Hunter a bit, you know, resistant to this sort of thing. But we'll give it a go. And success. Marvellous. So, here we go. How much was that? 2,500? 3,000? 2,500. Not bad. Not bad at all. Aha. As I suspected, obviously, you know, given he's here in the swoop bike place, I thought he'd be arranging the races. But there's some other business he needs help with too. Okay, what are we talking about, my friends? And I make my money off signing good racers, good ones, not great ones. I want them young and stupid. We've got one, Nico Senvi, great potential, only started racing a year ago and loves it. He lives for it now.
And? Sounds like you have something special. What do you want help with?
And what I want is, I want Nico to sign a contract, and I want you to convince him. Okay, I mean, that doesn't sound too unethical, really. Why won't he just sign by himself, though? And the deal basically says I fund his bike and repairs. In return, I take a hefty cut of the winnings. Okay, so I'm guessing it doesn't work in his favour if, you know, he's a good guy who doesn't actually need much in the way of repairs because he races well.
On Terrace, you had to give a cut to the Swoop Gang sponsoring you, but at least the rider got the higher share of the winnings.
He knows it's harsh, yes, okay, so this is a bit of an unfair contract compared to how it normally is. But he can't afford it by himself, so he kind of doesn't have a choice, to be honest. I mean, I could get him to give him a better deal. Then again, I don't know anything about this guy. No, screw it. Alright, if you pay me money, I'll get it done. Okay, buddy, let's have a chat about your, career going forwards.
Did you? I'm not sure that's any of your business. Top racers keep to their own. I don't know you. Maybe if you were better on the track, I might feel like talking about it. Someone who can turn out the fast times might understand.
Oh, I see. I see. Okay, well, I'll be right back as soon as I've smashed the track record then. Alright, motor, put me in, let's get this done. Okay, this is a bit more complicated. 3-tier system, so people know where they stand. And I only get a payout when I go up to the next tier, so... Okay, tier 1 is 10 racing bonds. Oh, I'm not even paid money. I'm paid bloody bonds, got it. Okay, tell me about this stupid rigged currency that's not actually credits. And monetary notes I issue so vendors know who my friends are. Any merchant will buy them. I'm guessing not any merchant, just the local merchants who you've got in your pockets. Each bond is worth 60 credits, so... Okay, that's not bad. That's not bad, really. And he also wants 100 credits before I even race. Okay, this just feels like a massive bloody scam. Okay, can we negotiate here? And no, you're going to be letting me race for free. Basically, screw you. So I've just got to beat about 24 seconds. Let's flippin' go. And, oh, I can't remember the controls, by the way. I can't remember the controls. This is all fine. Just get over to here. Get over to, oh yes, don't forget about the flipping gears. Over to here, then over to the gear, over to here, over to here, over to here. This is all fine so far. Next gear, and go, 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 go. And this is looking pretty good so far, and I actually failed. Well, that's disappointing. Okay, I kind of forgot the controls. And this time I can't get out of it. I have to pay 100 credits just to race. Dear flippin' dear. Okay, well, we're going back in because I'll make it back if I beat the time and then the guy listens to me and we push him into the contract. Okay, come on, get ready to go and go. And then just get over to here. And then next flipping gear. Okay, and go, go. Next gear, go, go, go. And then next gear. And then go, go. This seems to be going pretty well so far. And then go over to here. Next gear. That was debris. That wasn't actually a thing. And then go over to here, here, here. And we did it. That was only by 0.4 of a second, but it was still good enough. Okay, good. Good, good, good. Yep, everyone's cheering. Okay, it's a lot tougher now than it was on Taris. So that is 10 racing bonds. So that is about 600 credits, which is not terrible. Okay, now I've, like, you know, got a win under my belt. You, my friend, let's have a chat. No, he's just not willing to actually speak to me. Still, so I think I need to be even more, you know, kicking ass on the track yet. Okay, so Eukaril is 23.29, and then 23.9. Okay, so I've already beaten that. The other guy, 22.51. Okay, I'm not too far off, to be honest. Let's just see if I can get, you know, a better run going on here. And I can't actually, yeah, just hold down. I need to wait for the thing. Okay, here we go, 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 and go. And over to here. Over to here, 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 and straight away over to the next. That's over to that. I'm missing several of them. Okay, this isn't a good run at all, which is a shame. Otherwise, this was going pretty well. I mean, that's still 23.43, which is okay, but I'm not sure that breaks any records. So, I mean, that was okay. We'll get this. We're already pretty close. 23.00. Is that enough to break another record? Was that a record broken, or was that tier 2? Yes, that was tier 2. I'm only a 10th off. Okay, let's see if we can just do a little bit better here. So go, and then, yeah, this is not so bad at the start. And then go, straight over to the next gear, straight over to the next, then straight over to you. This is looking pretty good so far. And then avoid all of that. Go, 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 and then go into the next, and easy. Oh, that's like 6/10 faster than the absolute record, which I believe was 22.9. That should be a new track record. Screw you, screw you, screw you. Nice. Okay, now that's got to be worth some money, but you, my friend, guys, come on. Bloody hell, the inability to get past your own companions.
You again? I suppose you've got a right to know track business, but with the times you've been posting...
Damn straight, this guy's finally willing to actually talk to me. So, yeah, what's the problem with Motor? Because I seem to be making a giant pile of money, so what's your problem? Do you just suck too much?
It's not that I'm not grateful. I mean, it would get me into the pros. I don't have the credits to get in on my own. Not that I care about credits. I just want to race. But the deal with Mata is pretty bad. He'll get most of what I win.
If you literally don't care about credits, and all you want to do is be pro, then why not sign the contract that lets you be pro, but you get less credits? I'm not really seeing the problem here, to be honest. Just take the bloody contract.
Do you now? You might know a good deal, I guess. You sure know your way around the track.
Yep, damn straight. Just sign the thing and have fun.
I suppose I do. Not much chance I'll get off this rock on my own, now is there? I mean, you'd know, right? And all I want is to race. Who cares about the credits? Who cares? Thanks for making things clear. If you don't mind, I think we're done. Goodbye.
That promoter is going to bleed that poor kid dry. But I guess he's got to learn. The only way to get by in this life is to look out for yourself.
And there's some dark side points. There we go. And yes, you promised me money if I did that. And 20 racing bonds for the job. That's a decent amount of credits. I shall not say no. Lovely. And by the way, could I have just, you know, a little bit more? As, you know, I'm your best driver and whatever. So, that's it. There is no more. I think there's going to be more. And what's more, you're going to say thank you as you hand it to me. And there we flippin' go. If you're going to bleed this kid dry, I'm going to bleed you dry right back. Right, well, that's that business taken care of, and at this point, hang on, I should have, okay, 8,900 credits, and I just need to find some way to dispose of these bills. Ah, yes, and don't forget, I do also have the hunting license now. So, okay, back to the hunting lodge. That's the biggest desert raid skull plate I've seen. Oh. Okay, she wasn't ripping me off. I feel a bit bad about that, to be honest. I genuinely thought she was ripping me off, because it did sound like a con. Like, I was willing to give her a little something, but... Okay, if I run into her again, I'll give her a bit more. I feel a bit bad about this. I'm such a bad Sith, I'm sorry. Here we go, race bonds. Now, he did say they were going to be sold for, yes, somewhere in the range of 60 each, so he's buying them for 60. Honestly, that seems fine. I'll just get rid of them now. So, if I just sell all of those, then, oh my my goodness, life is good. Life is very good. Oh, life is getting better. Life is just getting... Oh, I'm enjoying clicking this button. This is like the best clicking I've ever done. We're gonna break 20,000. Are we gonna break 20,000? Are we gonna break 20,000? We're not gonna break 20,000. Okay, I'm gonna say you some other stuff to break 20,000. There we go, 20,000. Okay, I didn't realise I was getting that damn rich, but I'm getting really damn rich. I love it. And he is selling me a scope, which for only 200 given, yeah, sooner or later I'm going to run into a gun I might need for some reason. That's not too bad, and you know what? That's not a terrible price for a handful of advanced med packs. I'm not going under 20,000 though, that's not happening. Oh, and I think I found the local Berserk player. Oh, you know what? I'm enjoying making money today. Let's make some more. 75 credits. Oh, go on. It is a fun little game. And yeah, I think I've got a really solid deck right now. So that's a fine side deck. Let's see what we got going on over here. So 16. I do have a +4. Then again, I could just take the gamble. Like, 40% of the time it's going to work out just fine. I might get lucky. Yeah, you know what? I'll take, yeah, an artificial 20. We'll see if we can maybe just bust him straight away. And come on, let's see if we can just bust him. And we've busted him. He's got a card up on me, but it's fine. So, just an 8. And then... Okay, I've got plenty of spare cards that could be minuses. This should be fine. And no. I think this is fine, actually. There we go. 20. Let's see if we can just bust him again. And... Nope, he didn't have a +2. Oh, we're just... Oh, this is amazing. This is amazing. So, alright, just keep on keeping on. Let's see if we can just go 3-0 here. This is fine. I've got plenty of minuses available. I'll go for another. We'll probably have to be playing with the minuses at this point. Ooh, bloody hell. Keep on keeping on. This is a dangerous game now. And he's got an inorganic 20. I've got a 23. I could just forfeit the set and keep my hands for... This hasn't really worked out. I'm just going to stand to where I am. I'll accept this and, you know, it's not going to be 3-0, but it's fine. That's, you know, was a bit of an unfortunate lay of cards. Keep on keeping on. This is going to be fine. He might be about to... He's standing. Okay, let's see what we can do here. And with this... There we go. That's going to be mine. I'll be having your money. Screw you. And I tell you what, you're a good loser. Congratulations on that. Alright, ladies and gentlemen, I would say that is enough for now because I have got a giant pile of money. So next time, I'm taking my 20,000 credits and we are going to be buying some good stuff. So we're going back to Yavin. We'll check out the other shops too. Basically... Oh, it's gonna be some good, fun time. So hopefully you join me for that. But in the meantime, I've been John. This has been Many a True Nerd. And this has been Knights of the Old Republic. Thank you very much, and goodbye. Wait. And flamethrower! 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 Okay, so this is definitely morally questionable. The point where you start singing the flamethrower song, potentially, you've gone over the line.